You know, we spend a lot of time hearing from people about what it's like to be a minority in today's America. But what about being a minority police officer right now? You're about to find out.
I came into this profession pretty late. Well, I was 42 when I got hired. Through my business, Franklin County deputies, I work closely with them, and a lot of those deputies are like, hey, you'd be a good police officer.
My dad became a police officer in the 60s. Being from the east side of Detroit, I felt like I wanted to make a difference. A lot of the friends that I grew up with, they're in prison, they're dead. So I always looked at policing as a positive enforcement. After it's all said and done, if I can just make one difference in somebody's life, that's all I want to be able to do.
I'm in a really unique position because I may be the only convicted felon who became a police officer, and through an interaction during one of the felony arrests as a juvenile, that's kind of what started changing my life around, and as a result of that, I just knew that I wanted to come do for some other troubled youth what that officer was able to do for me.
I was in banking for 15 and a half years, and we had a special duty officer who would come in and he would speak to me, hey, we need people like you to come in, people that know how to connect to people, and the next thing I know, I'm in the academy running.
I just wonder a couple things. First off, have you ever experienced racism, discrimination in your job as a police officer? And two, would you feel comfortable calling it out an officer who may have done something or said something racist to a member of the community or to a fellow officer? Absolutely.
I have no problem at all expressing if you've done something wrong. I mean, at the end of the day, we're all people. We really are. Everybody's asking to be treated with respect, the same respect that I would expect you to treat my mom or my dad when you went on that run. That's the same stuff that I would expect to be across the board.
Once again, we talk about the elephant that's in the room. You know, racism does exist. The only way to combat racism to me is basically to tell the truth and to educate. Because I told a friend of mine the other day, trust is lost in buckets, right? But it's also gained in drops. So right now, because of what happened, we've lost the trust of a lot of people.
And for all the people who may think that we're not about the right things, who may think like that they could do a better job, I'm imploring them to apply, come be the police officers, come do something about it, be that change you want to see, especially here in our city.
Yes, it's important to sign up and to try and become a police officer because it's not an easy process. But come and do a ride along. We're always open because I would love to have you in my car for 8 hours to see everything that we go through with everything that's going on today. We are worked harder and harder. Every officer out there is exhausted. There's a lot of chaos. You know, we go from waving to people to dealing with people that are in severe crisis. And it's just a balancing act, and you know, we have to go home. We have to deal with our personal decompression. We have to deal with our families. My son doesn't sleep until I come home.
I do felony paperwork on pedophiles. So that's hard enough. That's hard enough that someone's out there hurting a child, and I'm trying to get this person off the street because they're not just going to hurt this one, but they're going to go into the next one. But when I'm out at Broad High and I'm having bricks tossed at me in riot gear on a hot day that I almost feel like I'm going to pass out, you know what? I think in my mind, you know what, Lisa, you're out here for the people, the good people. You know, your mom's at home, your brother's at home. Our families are safe at home or they're at work. But I'm out here taking all this because I know there are good people out there, and I know people care about us. But it does have a lot on it really does. I'm 57 and I don't sleep. I hardly sleep. I'm talking probably average 4 hours a day. I mean, and I know other people they're deprived of it. And like Chung and Levon said, we're overworked. I mean, you know, I've got people calling me on the phone wanting to know where special duty's at, and I'm like, are you not watching the news?
Right.
Are you not watching the news?
Right.
You know what? You come out here, you stand in the riot gear, you let people call you everything and still not be able to respond. You know, I don't get it.
I also want to put out there to the younger members in the community, don't be a follower, be a leader. Don't follow everyone else. It's one thing to get out here and scream at the top of your lungs to us, which we all know, but Black Lives Matter, we get it. But why don't those Black Lives Matter when it happens in the hood? Why will you sit there and scream at us Black Lives Matter, but then when we come to you for info after you witnessed a black life take another black life, you won't say anything about it? Like it's really upsetting. And again, having that unique perspective, making it from the back of a cruiser to the front of one, I have a different perspective, a kind of a 360 view on how we're just kind of lied to in the inner city. We're lied to, we're kind of held down here by people pointing the finger at other people. The people holding us down here are the ones pointing the finger and making it seem like it's the person over there's fault, and it's just, that's not the case.
I think a lot of my colleagues agree that in order to curb crime and all this violence that involve all these teenagers and youth is to give them opportunities to have more interaction with us. Be the parent that they may or may not actually have, or teach them, put them in the right direction that says this is the wrong path, this is the right path, and kind of be that parent figure for them. And yes, they have to still go home to who are their parents or the people that are raising them, but at the same time, you give them to start turning that that wheel and saying, okay, this is fun, this is cool.
From your perspective, is it harder to be a police officer now than maybe when it was when your dad was doing it in the 60s?
So it's almost like a parallel. I kind of feel some of the rhetoric, the insults, the ridicule that my dad felt, back in the 60s. So, but 23 years ago, when I became a police officer, no, it was a good thing to be the police at that time. But now, it's resurfaced that we still have issues between us and the community. We, as blacks, we're the only culture that it's not a good thing to be the police. And I don't understand why. Because I don't know about you, but some people that are raised in the inner city and then they call the police, I think that they would be more than happy just to see someone that maybe looked like them or maybe have some type of background if they were raised in the inner city. And I think that that's a good thing, but somehow, some way we've gotten away from that as a black community. And I'm kind of like really concerned about that because I get it. Why are you a police officer? You're black. Okay, so is the police department supposed to be all white? Exactly. Really? So that being said, it is hard because I've heard it, but I'm not scared of the police, or, you black and you the police? Why are you the police? You're Uncle Tom, you're a sellout, you're this, you're that.
You guys all know, we get people that come up to us and say thank you for your service, but those aren't the people that we're hearing from. We're not hearing it out there with the community or with the leaders. These are people that should go out and encourage, hey, I've never had a problem with an officer, or yeah, I had a problem with an officer, I talked about it, but the majority of Columbus, I think, are pro-police.
Our leadership is talking about reform. The city council wants reform. The mayor wants reform. We do community policing. We're out there every day, and that's our normal routine. So talking about reform, and we need to do more to interact with our citizens. We actually already do it. They just don't see it.
What people need to know about police officers in every city, but especially here in the city of Columbus, is we are the good guys. We're not the bad guys. We're the good guys. We're always going to be the good guys. We are here to help the same people who are throwing bricks at us and vandalizing and looting. When they need us, we don't care what color they are. We don't care what creed they are. We don't care what sexual preference they have. We come. All right. So when they call us, we come running.
As long as there's a good person, as long as there's a bad person, there's always going to be a need for justice. God is a person of justice. He has delegated us, he has called us to this profession to embrace the field of being justice peacekeepers. So we are the justice. We are the ones that's woke in the middle of the night. We are the ones that go into calls for service when bullets are coming at us and people are running away. We're running to the threat. We are the ones that pick up that woman after she's been raped We're the ones that take care of that child after that child has been molested. We're that ones that pick up the gangbanger and embrace the gangbanger and say, well, hey, we got to be able to understand the police department. You don't understand. I've been in your shoes before. We're the ones that do that. We're the ones that, hey, if a person is in need and they need furniture, clothes, they need transportation, we're there. But at the end of the day, we do this out of the kindness of our heart because we're good people. And we just so happen to be police officers. So we're good people that just so happen to be the police.
Very candid conversation.